The arena shook with noise. Adrien the Problem Broner made his walk to the ring like a man who owned the world. Headphones on, gold chains glinting under the lights, his smirk as bright as the cameras flashing in his face. He danced, laughed, shadowboxed mid-walk. To him, this was showtime, another victim, another highlight. But across from him stood Marcos El Chino Maidana, the silent storm from Argentina. No dancing, no smile, just eyes locked on Broner, cold and sharp. The crowd could feel it. Something was different tonight. Broner talked, Maidana didn't. The bell rang. Round 3 started with tension thick as smoke. Broner tried to reestablish control, dancing backward, jabbing, slipping shots. But Maidana hunted him like prey, relentless, ruthless, unstoppable. Then it happened. Maidana feinted left, loaded right. Boom! A left hook exploded against Broner's jaw. The self-proclaimed future of boxing staggered, legs trembling. Maidana followed up with another right, and Broner crashed to the canvas. The crowd erupted in chaos. Cameras flashed. Broner looked stunned, as if reality itself had betrayed him. He stood up at 6, but his confidence was gone. Maidana didn't stop. He smelled blood. Round 4, Broner tried to run, clinch, anything to buy time. Maidana didn't let him. He chased him, cutting off the ring like a predator cornering its prey. Every punch was heavy, hateful, personal. By round 5, Broner was gasping for air, clinging to survival. Maidana threw a body shot so vicious that Broner grimaced in pain. Then another right hand smashed through his guard. The crowd roared again. This wasn't just a fight anymore. It was humiliation, unraveling live before millions. Between rounds, Broner sat in his corner silent. His coach's voice was distant, drowned by the crowd chanting, "Maidana, Maidana." His mind replayed the knockdown again and again. The problem was unraveling. Meanwhile, Maidana sat like a statue, unblinking, calm, ready to end the war he'd started. Round 6 began, and Broner looked desperate. His movements were slower now. The arrogance that once filled the ring was gone, replaced by fear and fatigue. Maidana smelled it. Midway through the round, Maidana feinted a jab, then whipped a massive right hand over the top. Crack! Broner's head snapped back. He stumbled, and Maidana went in for the kill. Left hook, right hand, left again. Broner's guard shattered. He dropped to his knees. Down again. The referee counted. 1, 2, 3. Broner rose at 8, but his legs wobbled. He looked broken. Maidana glared across the ring like a man possessed. Broner clinched, pushed, tried anything to slow the onslaught. Maidana wouldn't allow it. He slammed hooks to the ribs, uppercuts to the chin. Each one echoed like gunfire. The crowd was on its feet, losing their minds. Round 7, Broner tried to fight back. For a moment, he landed a few sharp counters, even taunted. But Maidana answered with fury. A looping right hand landed flush again, and Broner stumbled into the ropes. The crowd could see it. The once untouchable king was falling apart. Maidana's power, pressure, and persistence had turned the problem into prey. At the bell, Broner staggered to his corner, chest heaving, eyes glassy. He looked across the ring and saw Maidana standing tall, calm, almost smiling. The message was clear. I'm not done yet. Round 9 began, and Broner's pride was the only thing keeping him standing. Maidana, though exhausted, was still relentless. Every punch carried intent, to finish, to destroy, to make a statement. Broner tried one last time to rally, land in a few counters. The crowd stirred. Maybe the comeback was possible. But Maidana quickly crushed that hope with a thunderous left hook that shook the arena. Round 10, Broner's movement slowed to a crawl. Maidana stalked him, pressing forward like a machine. Every exchange ended the same, Maidana landing big, Broner holding on for life. The final rounds were pure survival. Broner, swollen-faced and beaten, clung to the ropes. Maidana kept pressing, never let him breathe. The final bell rang. Both men raised their gloves, but everyone knew the decision was only a formality. When the judges read the scores, unanimous decision, Marcos El Chino Maidana. The arena exploded. Broner's face fell. He left the ring in silence, humiliated, his ego shattered. Meanwhile, Maidana stood tall. No celebration, no arrogance, just pride. He had done what no one thought possible. He had walked into the lion's den and humbled the self-proclaimed future of boxing. That night, the sport remembered what true grit looked like. When arrogance met aggression, aggression won, and Marcos Maidana became a legend. Round 1 began, and Broner stepped forward with swagger, popping his jab, rolling his shoulders. But Maidana didn't care about rhythm or style. He came to destroy. Within seconds, he crashed through Broner's defense with a right hand that made the crowd gasp. The power was real. Broner smiled, but it was nervous, a mask cracking under pressure. Maidana pressed harder. He threw looping punches from angles that made no sense, but every one of them landed with the sound of thunder. Round 2, Maidana unleashed chaos. A brutal left hook landed flush, then another. Broner stumbled back, blinking in disbelief. For the first time in his career, he wasn't controlling the pace, he was surviving it. The crowd began to chant, "Maidana, Maidana," their voices echoing through the arena. Broner's eyes darted around, unsure. This wasn't part of the plan. He was supposed to dominate, not drown in it. By the end of round 2, the flashy star was already fading. Maidana's gloves dripped with sweat and vengeance. The problem was in real trouble, and the storm was just beginning.